question 14. We're looking at a question that's going to involve non-right angle triangles. We're determining length of the fence. So our fence is that diagonal line going across there. And so looking at the two triangles that we have there, we've got this one down the bottom where we've got 500 and an angle, but we don't know the other sides. Then we've got our 540, 900, a 65-degree angle there, and we're finding the fence. So we're going to focus on this triangle up here. So we'll label it with our A, B, C. Obviously, we've got two sides and the angle between, so that means we're going to use the cosine rule. So I'm going to put C there and a little c here, and then these can be A or B. It doesn't matter which way I label them. And so then I'm going to write my rule. I've got my c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos c. Now I don't need to be too concerned about how much working I'm giving because it's only worth 1 mark here. So I've got my a squared is 900 squared plus 540 squared minus 2 times 900 times 540 cos of 65. So I'm going to grab my calculator, make sure your calculator's back in degrees after doing those radian questions. We've got 900 squared plus 540 squared, and then we are working out 2 times 900 times 540 cos of 65. We want to grab our answer there, take away this one, could put it all in one go, and we get our 69.0815. We want the square root of that, so we get 831.1528 as our answer there for meters. Then we want to find out the area of the triangular section A, so this one up here. We've got an angle and the two sides that join to that, so we're able to use our sine rule. So we've got a half AB sine C, and we've even got it in that format so we don't have to relabel. So we've got a half times 540 times 900 times sine of 65. I should have had them around the other way, doesn't matter because I'm multiplying. And again, only worth 1 mark. So we've got 0.5 times 540 times 900 sine of 65, and I get 220,232.7922. And that will be meters squared as my area. Both very straightforward questions, 1 mark each. For part C, we want to determine the total area of the paddock. So we need to work out this area of this second triangle. So we've got the A, now we need the other section. So I'm going to put a B on mine, and I'm going to work out my area of B. So for area B, I'm going to need to work out some other values because I only have, I've got the fence side, this side, and an angle. So I don't have the angle between them, which I need for my area rule. So I can, because I've got this 500, I can find this angle up the top here. And so labeling my triangle, I can label it however I really want with my ABC. I'll leave this as a C there, and I'll put a C there. And then I might put an A over here. So then I've got A on sine A is going to equal C on sine C. And so my A is the 500 on sine of A is going to equal my C, which I now know is 831.1528 over sine of 110. Now when we've got our angles on the bottom, I like to flip them to make the rearranging easier. And so now I'm going to multiply the 500 that we have on the bottom there over this side. So I'm going to get 500 sine of 110 over 831.1528 is going to be what my sine A is equal to. And I get 0.565, which I'll then do shift sine of that angle, and I get 34.42276. as my angle there. I'm keeping all the decimals because I am using it to go and do other calculations. So to find the third angle in the triangle, I'm going to do 180, take those other two angles, so the 110 and the 34.422, and that will be my angle B that I'm working out. So I'll grab the 110 plus that angle, and then 180, take that answer, gives me 35.577 degrees. So now when I work out my area, I've got my half AB sine C, but in this case I'm going to do a half AC sine B because that's the angle that I'm using. So I've got my half times the 831 was what I called, oh no, my 500 was what I called the A, 500 times 831.1528, and that's sine of that 35.5772 there, and I do have that on my calculator, so I can just do sine of that right now, and then multiply that by the 831.1528 times 500 times 0.5, and I get an answer of 120,891.1561 meters squared. So my total area is going to be the previous area that I worked out, so the area of A plus the area of B, and so I've got the 220,232.79 plus the 120,891.1561 that I just worked out, and so I will work out the total of that, and I get 341123.9461. Obviously, your rounding will affect those answers and how close you get to the answer listed there. For question 15, we are looking at calculating the derivative of, we've got ln of x squared plus ln of x minus 5 to the power of 3. So this one I think could probably have been listed as a tech free. I don't know why it needs to be in the tech active paper. However, we'll go with that. So when we're doing the derivative of ln x squared, we know that we've got for ln x, it's the f dash x over f of x when we're doing those. So for that part, our f dash x is going to be, the derivative of x squared is 2x over x squared. And then over here, we're going to have the derivative of this x minus 5 cubed. So over here I'm going to write my x minus 5 cubed. I'm going to do the derivative so that I bring that 3 down. I don't have any coefficient inside the bracket there, so I don't have to do a full chain rule process because I'm just multiplying by 1. So then I can put that on the top, and on the bottom goes the x minus 5 cubed. Then I'm just going to simplify that because I want it as a single fraction in its simplest and factorized form. So 2x over x squared is just going to give me 2 on x. And then here I'm able to cancel out two of the brackets. So I can make that 3 on the top, and on the bottom will be x minus 5. Now I need to bring those two fractions together. So on the bottom I'm going to put x outside of x minus 5. So for this fraction I need to multiply that by x minus 5. And this one I need to multiply by x. Then when I expand that out, I get 2x take 10 plus 3x over x outside of x minus 5. I want to simplify that top, so 2x plus 3x is going to give me 5x take 10 over x outside of x minus 5. Then I'm going to factorize that, 5 outside of x take 2 over x outside of x minus 5, and that is my answer.